big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals.
So one day this week, I literally was sitting there waiting for him to finish his game. I sent him multiple messages about where's the broadcast. He didn't respond. And then all of a sudden, the game was over. He wasn't in game no more, but no score was posted. But the whole game, he's been struggling with the computer.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Came back,
and that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
So I just went ahead and gave him, of course, lost that week because we don't do that. And then he's going to put a shaking my head emoji, and he's been very not responsive ever since that happened.
Murray now on first down. This for his running back, McCoy. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
To throw again on second down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. There he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
With your opponent before the game starts and decide, which one of us is going to broadcast. And when the other motherfucker don't respond, that's when you keep asking them over and over. Because that's what I noticed that a lot of motherfuckers like
that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. Third and long.
They just don't respond.
Murray with a third and long.
Word on the street, I don't even want to watch this Ravens game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32.
You gonna fight back at all?
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
Yeah, bro,
and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Bro. Do something else, it might work.
Facts. I'm gonna need to agree with him. I'm gonna need to do something else.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go play action. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Third and long for Winston. Open man is Anderson. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, Murray fighting, lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Darian Stewart. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston.
Let's go, Colbert.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
What? Did he give me that shit? That's wild.
We'll have to.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Winston. Out left to Anderson. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Jameis to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. That'll bring up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away.
Oh, shit.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny United?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. T.J. Logan, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Murray now on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2K on the field.
On play action, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing is Murray on third down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. To try again after the sack. Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and that'll bring up second down.
Watch the screen. 45, Mike, 45. Check back.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Devin Bush in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. A first down throw for Winston. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On 2nd down, Barber.
That's not trash, man.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Winston to throw it this time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Murray going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 22 yards there, a first down. Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To the air again with Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Devin Bush has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Winston. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
This is fielded at the 27. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, we got tight left, one tight end, one tight end.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They run again with Logan. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Yeah, let me get Shaquille Griffin from this bitch.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Who was that?
Yeah, that was McCoy.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here we go. Here we go.
Damn, everybody was trading yesterday, huh?
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Murray now on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Justin Evans. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Ball, trot. Mike's by 4.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, watch.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Murray off play action. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Under 10.
Winston now. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Devin Bush in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Hey, watch the slant. Green, triple team. Hey, even.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man has got it. It's complete. That's good for 28 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Winston now from the 50. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one.
Yo, blah, 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 you're fucking weak.
Alright, I'm sorry. How long have you been playing Madden for? Huh? Tell me.
As it's through the end zone for a touchback.
What was that?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Oh, I heard nothing.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Murray trying again after the pick 6. Flushed out right.
It looks like you've been for a while, too.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gives him a 1st down.
Oh, my God.
We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage.
Can't throw it while you're running?
Check 99.
You know, once I run up the line like that, it would be a penalty.
You got time to go
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On 2nd and 9, Winston looking downfield for Godwin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack on 1st down, Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. To throw is Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz? That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throw left side, complete to Burnett. The 40, 20, 10. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the
blitz coming, and down he goes. goes. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on third and long. Winston running the option left here. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season.
51, Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Murray now on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Devin White, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, it's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jameis to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And some space here. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. But Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win.